Okay, back for part 2 of the processing units. I've got all the trains replaced, and this is still using the these guys. So I need a total of over 4 belts of copper and either nearly 4 or over 4 belts of iron for this. Let's bring this up to belts. Yeah, this is by 6, so we need to go back to the right count. $1086. So yeah, I need over 4 belts of these. So I need 8 wide stations for the iron plate and copper plate. Well, we've done the 8 wides before, and they get crazy. So I am going to kill off all of this. Get it nice and clean. All the way down to the... there. We'll figure that out in a moment. So let's go grab our 8 wide copper station. I need 2 of those. Oh boy, this is going to be interesting. So, yeah, let's pick it up, including the everything down to here. And yeah, we need to kill the whole thing. Absolutely sure this doesn't actually advertise who he is. There. This guy, this is going to be 8 plate, because we need one of those now. We just need that somewhere. All of this in the middle, this is all to do with this one station. And this complexity is because getting fuel here is a pain. I think in order to make this work right for multiple stations, I need to do something a little better. we'll send that down to the other station in a moment. Now, get the name of this right. This is 8 iron plate for, come on, blue chip. There. I think this station uses up to 4 here, but no further, so we can start here and peel off this much. This could be our copper. Power's a mess. I'm not going to clean it up. These guys need to come down here. At least that far. Okay, and that leaves me room to put more train stations down below. I may need to move these belts off to the left further. Oh, come on. Careful, these need to be long enough. I think it was there. Yeah. So these barely hold 2 trains. and copper. Now, in actuality, we only need 6 lanes of each, which really makes it a little simpler. Let's trim the loop-tastic things off of here. Now, we do... Oh, there was a reason for that. I absolutely must balance those 8s. Yep. Okay, so essentially what we need is an 8 to 6 balancer. We're not going to worry about it. We're just going to let 2 of them be long. So that's got our iron and copper. Now we need plastic and sulfur. Plastic is just a normal station. Ooh, I hope we've got enough space there. If we don't, I'm going to have to move the array down. Oh no! Wait a minute, I may have this as a honest to goodness TS14 unload station. Yes, I do. And we need 2 belts, not 4. These don't need the external balancer, we just use the internal one. We could kill that, and that, and that. This is going to be plastic for blue chips. And the funnel station is the sulfuric acid. Where do we have one of those? Oh, flying robot frames right next to us. I mean, it's not sulfuric acid, but it's close enough. Okay, and all this auxiliary stuff can go away. We will need to build a sulfuric acid station somewhere. So what have we got? We have iron and copper and this guy. So the important thing for us now is not that we have a perfect balance, just that we assure that everybody can get to everybody. And given that we've done this, we can now spread those out so 3 from each one go down on each side. Plastic is going to meet up with these, and sulfuric acid comes down to here and here. Well, that's good. And as before, I need to remember in the future to replace this little nubby. So, probably best if I bring him over to here and down. And if I'm going to do that, I probably should tap off of here. Like that. Okay, so sulfuric acid is mostly set up. There. Oh, we don't want to do that quite yet. We don't want to start taking these away, not until we have our actual trains in place and supplying. Now 3 of these go right. And 3 of these go right. I am inclined to move these down so that I don't have to worry about this guy. Same thing here. We will have to do that. So a little different from normal here. Now this needs to go left. Oh, joy. This is going to be interesting. Something like that. Let's see. I can do this a little easier. That's good. Each case, the lowest of the three is the one that potentially will carry more. So we're going to potentially overstuff the top one. That's okay. So before I set up trains and all that, I'm going to go back and get more belts so I can finish the belting. Okay, I'm back with belts. Also realized that if I'm not actually running Factorio at high speed, I can put my processor in power saving mode and let it be nice and cool. So there's that. Okay, trains. I forgot to pick up fluid wagons. Her to her. I am going to need 8 fluid wagons. Let's call it 10. I can go ahead and drop this in. Top train is going to be blue chips, blue chips, blue chips, blue chips, fuel for blue chips. So this guy needs to go to rocket fuel. Full. And an activity, and then rocket fuel for blue chips. There it is. Empty, and an activity. I'm thinking more and more and more that I should have just used one of the train manager add-ons for this. So I'm writing a lot of manual a lot of manual schedules. Okay, so when I get him released, he will come down here, and let me refill that. Fuel stop 1. So the thing is that I do have the mod loaded, I have been working with, yeah. Oh boy. I will need to turn that mod off because right now, if a train runs low on fuel, FCM is going to add to its schedule an item to go pick up fuel at a fuel station that doesn't exist. Actually, let me leave it on, and I will just have to make sure that nobody runs low on fuel. And if they do, the effect will be that the train suddenly can't make progress because the next station doesn't exist. So let's see where we're going from here. So this is a bit confused in here. But if I peel that out, that works. So this is going to be, go to sulfuric acid first, full cargo, and inactivity, and then sulfuric acid for blue chips. There. Empty cargo and inactivity. The other thing is I could just bite the bullet and start putting in the FCM stations. You know what? I think once I am done with processing units, I will switch over and I will actually just start setting up FCM with what I've got here and use it to mainly mediate my my fuel. Of course, that does mean that I'm going to need depot stations, both full and empty, for each one of the things that I'm moving. Oh, good God. This is going to be a lot of extra train stations. And it's going to be requesting a train, going and getting stuff and then returning to the depot, and then going and delivering the stuff and returning to the other depot. So we have 2 depots, and each depot needs to have enough parking to handle all the trains. On the other hand, it doesn't need to be that many stations, it just needs to be parking that allows for that much. Okay, we're going to do this. I'm just going to work my way up, and it means that once again we'll be returning to something. Oh, good God. I guess I'll just do depots for things I've got so far. So each one of these tell you what, I will finish processing units and then I will think about it off camera and decide which way I'm going to go. So he's set. This is for plastic. Plastic 4. So he is going to need duplicating cargo wagons. Plastic. Full inactivity. And then plastic for blue chips. Empty inactivity. Oops, don't go automatic yet. So if I do this, if I start using LTN, or not LTN, TMS, TSM, yeah. Then the question becomes, do I want to shift all my trains over to using the depots and have dummy source stations available? Or do I want to continue with these trains that allow things to move quickly? I think I need to use fill stations. I think the way to do that is to put the fill station where I'm going to be doing the work. And that was silly because this is set to do not. There. Yeah, I am now leaning strongly towards setting up a depot for each item that I'm building, and then setting up a dummy station for each item I haven't built, roughly in the location where I think I'm going to put it. And we'll just not worry about UPS until we are done. Which means that I need to stub out the stations that are providing inputs. Yeah. Okay. But let's get this working first. This is copper. Did we get it set? We did. So this guy goes to 8 copper. We search for copper. Yes, we can. So he's going to go to 8 copper, full cargo, inactivity, and then 8 copper for blue chips, empty cargo, inactivity, and. And he's a long train. Let's get some more of these. Oh, I forgot. He's also a 3/8, not a 1/8. Come on. Oops, where's he going? Haha, there we go. And these guys are going to no path if I leave them on, so let's turn them off. Okay, and this is iron. So he wants 8 iron plate, full inactivity, and there we go. Out of trains. Okay, need to go get more locomotives. But we're basically ready to go. If I can set these... like that. Heck, let's just deal with it. Since I am so close, I'm not going back to the base. Just for one fripping locomotive. Schedule set. Fact, instant request. Oops. Oh no. I just put copper in the iron train. That was bad. That was really bad. Oh, good lord. Did that fill them up? Yeah. See, get in a hurry. There, more at once. If you don't put enough in at once, it can suck it out before it replicates it. So now we need to deal with that. All set. So let's finish this off, and then next time I come in I can start working on LTN. So this is going to be just a normal kind of a okay, so iron goes on the top one. Okay, that's good. Again, iron on the top. Okay, so we have iron and copper and plastic and everything all set up. So we are now producing this from the trains, which are currently test stubs. And did I bring back any of these? Yes, I did. Okay, so I want to get these guys properly fueled. Easy way to do that is to tell him to circle around. And then queue back up for our goodies. So he's got a no path if we turn him off. Okay. So there's blue chips. So when I come back, I will start thinking about taking the trains I've done so far, converting them over to use TSM, setting up fuel stations that are the appropriate size. I'll need size 1, size 4, and size 1 and size 3. 1 and 3. Okay, number of engines, 1 and 3. And we will need normal depots, and that includes both places for full trains to rest and places for empty trains to rest. And also I will need dummy stations for things I'm not building yet. So this is going to be a large dogleg in what I was doing, but I believe that in the long run this will be better. I think we can run fewer trains if we do this right. I have heard that TSM is very UPS friendly. So this is going. I'm going to go ahead and crank this up to high speed. Okay, things look healthy. So I'm going to call this an episode.